Venerable Nanda continued, assisting women in entering the monastic life. When King Suddhodana passed away, the Buddha returned to Kapilavatthu to preside over the funeral rites. After appointing Mahanama as the new king, the Buddha stayed temporarily in the Nigrodha Grove. Seeing that the king had completed his life's course and that affairs of state were now in capable hands, Mahapajapati Gotami, the Buddha's foster mother, felt deeply reassured by the Buddha's arrangements. One day, she led 500 women of the Sakya clan to the Nigrodha Grove to pay homage to the Buddha, requesting permission to renounce the household life and enter the monastic order. She also offered 2 robes that she had personally cut and sewn. The Buddha did not grant permission for women to ordain, despite her repeated and earnest supplications. According to the Buddha, women were generally more emotionally inclined and less resolute in will, which might give rise to difficulties and complications within the Sangha. For this reason, he declared that if women were admitted into the order, the duration of the true Dharma would be reduced by 500 years. Mahapajapati was profoundly distressed by the repeated refusals. In order to console her, the Buddha accepted 1 robe and advised that the other be offered to another monk. After ensuring that Kapilavatthu was stable in all respects, the Buddha departed with the Sangha to continue teaching throughout the Ganges basin. Yet Mahapajapati did not abandon her aspiration to renounce. One day, she and 500 Sakya women shaved their heads, donned monastic robes, and journeyed more than 2,000 miles to the Nadika monastery, where the Buddha was then residing, in order to implore him once more. Having traversed such a long and perilous road and encountering wind and rain along the way, the entire group arrived utterly exhausted. By the time they reached the monastery, night had already fallen. They remained outside the gate, resolving that at dawn they would again beseech the Buddha for ordination, and if it were denied, they would rather die there than return to Kapilavatthu. Early the next morning, as Venerable Nanda stepped outside the monastery on an errand, he unexpectedly encountered Mahapajapati and the 500 Sakya women. With heads shaven and robes upon their bodies, they stood before the gate in a state of utter desolation. Deeply moved with compassion, Nanda promised Mahapajapati that he would earnestly entreat the Buddha on behalf of the women in response to Ananda's heartfelt appeal and the unwavering resolve of Mahapajapati. The Buddha granted permission for women to enter the monastic life. However, he stipulated that the nuns must observe additional disciplinary rules and strictly uphold the 8 principal rules. Mahapajapati was filled with boundless joy and vowed to observe these instructions in full. From that time onward, the nuns remembered Venerable Ananda with profound gratitude. Whenever they encountered him, they received him with great reverence, warmth, and respect.